All right, Bold fam, buckle up because today's news is going to hit like a bolt of lightning. We've got stories that'll shake up the season, a mystery keeping fans on edge, a surprise nobody saw coming, and a debate that's going to split the fan base. What's Jim Harbaugh cooking up? How's this going to shape our run to the playoffs? You won't believe what's going down. So grab a seat, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into this whirlwind of Chargers action. Which stories got you hyped? Drop it in the comments. Let's go. And while we're buzzing about the season, here comes the first bombshell that's got everyone talking. Picture this. The NFL trade market is heating up, and a veteran linebacker's name is floating around as a potential game changer for our defense. Yeah, I'm talking about Alex Anzalone, who might be packing his bags in Detroit. Could he be the missing piece to turn our defense into a stone-cold wall? Let's break this down, because the impact could be massive for the Chargers' 2025 campaign. Here's the deal. Anzalone, a 2017 draft pick, has been a tackle machine for the Lions, racking up 56 stops, 7 tackles for loss, and 4 pass deflections last season, even after a broken forearm. That's no small feat. But with Detroit thin at linebacker and whispers of Anzalone being unhappy with his contract, trade talks are picking up steam. And guess who's in the mix? Your Los Angeles Chargers. Jim Harbaugh, who loves building teams in the trenches, is eyeing this move, but will he pull the trigger? Why is this a big deal? After losing Joey Bosa, Poona Ford, and Morgan Fox, our defensive line needs help. Khalil Mack's a beast, but Deshaun Hand and Tear Tart can't do it alone. Anzalone could bring the grit and experience we need to boost our pass rush, especially with the cap space we've got. But here's the gut check. Is it worth betting on a 30-year-old who might not be a full-time starter? Fans are split. Some see him as an instant upgrade, while others worry he's just a band-aid fix. Strategically, Harbaugh wants a defense that intimidates, one that collapses pockets and shuts down the run. Anzalone's versatility could stabilize our front seven, but the million-dollar question is, does he fit the long-term vision or is he a short-term patch? Social media is blowing up, with some fans begging to sign young draft talent instead of a veteran who might not have much left in the tank. If Anzalone lands in LA, he could be the spark our defense needs to go toe-to-toe with the AFC's heavyweights. But if this trade falls through, Harbaugh's got to find another way to beef up the front seven, and fast. The season's right around the corner. And while we're wrapping our heads around this, hold tight because the next story is going to keep you glued to your screen. And while we're still reeling from the Anzalone buzz, here comes another curveball that's got Bolt fam on pins and needles. Training camp's kicked off, but one of our most promising rookies hasn't signed his contract yet. Yup, I'm talking about Trey Harris, our second-round wide receiver, who's caught up in a drama that could shake up Justin Herbert's offense. Is this just a minor hiccup, or is something bigger brewing behind closed doors? Let's dive into this saga, because every day Harris stays unsigned is another day of pure tension. Here's the scoop. Harris is one of about 40 unsigned rookies across the NFL, mostly second-rounders, because the first 2 picks in that round scored fully guaranteed contracts. That's a first. Now, agents like Harris's are pushing for the same deal, but teams, including the Chargers, aren't jumping to agree. The result? Ladarius Tapp that's delaying Harris's signature as training camp fires up. Fans are torn, some are optimistic, others are freaking out, and social media's lit with reactions. Why does this matter so much? Harris was a standout this spring, showing serious chemistry with Herbert and potential to be a weapon alongside Ladd McConkey, maybe even challenging Mike Williams for snap. If he doesn't sign soon, he could miss crucial reps in Harbaugh's complex offensive system, which demands precision and timing. Here's the nail-biter. If Harris and his camp play hardball, it could sour the locker room vibe just as the team's trying to gel. Fans online are saying Harbaugh hates this kind of drama, so how's he going to handle it? Strategically, Harris is a key piece for an offense that needs playmakers to climb the ranks. A delay could stunt his early season impact, and with brutal AFC West matchups looming, every practice counts. Social media is buzzing with fans yelling, "Sign already, Trey," while others back his fight for every penny. Oh, and it's not just Harris. Star tackle Rashawn Slater still waiting on an extension, piling more pressure on the front office. If Harris signs soon, our offense could hit the ground running. But if this drags out, Harbaugh's game plan might stumble out of the gate. And while we're trying to make sense of this mess, brace yourself because the next story is going to blow your mind. And while the Trey Harris contract saga's got us on edge, hold on to your hats because this next one's a game changer. When Jim Harbaugh took over as Chargers head coach, the promise was a quick turnaround, and man, is he delivering. After leading us to 11 wins and a playoff spot with an offense ranked just 20th, Harbaugh and GM Joe Hortiz went all in to build a physical, punishing attack. With additions like Najee Harris, Mekhi Becton, and Omarion Hampton, the Chargers are looking like bullies in the making. But will this revamped offense live up to the hype? Let's break down this offensive revolution. Here's the rundown. Last season, our offense was middle of the pack, even with Herbert slinging it like a superstar. Harbaugh knew we needed more firepower and a tougher identity. Enter free agency Najee Harris, a running back who runs with a chip on his shoulder, and Mekhi Becton, a guard who pancakes defenders. In the draft, we snagged Omarion Hampton, a potential star RB, and Trey Harris, who we just talked about. Plus, we brought back Mike Williams and signed tight end Tyler Conklin. To saw the loaded roster. Why is this huge? Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox says these moves are the biggest reason for optimism in LA. Is this just a minor hiccup, or is something bigger brewing behind closed doors? Let's dive into this saga, because every day Harris stays unsigned is another day of pure tension. Harbaugh's building an attack that dominates on the ground to open up Herbert's deep shots. Najee and Hampton can wear down defenses, while Becton gives our QB a clean pocket. Here's the heart stopper. If this clicks, we could finally match up with juggernauts like the Chiefs and Ravens. But if the pieces don't mesh, we might be stuck in neutral. Fans on social media are hyped, calling this the most stacked offense we've had in years. Some, though, worry that too many new faces could disrupt chemistry. Harbaugh's banking on a physical style that grinds opponents down and controls the clock, perfect for tight AFC West battles. But the spotlight's on Herbert and the O-line. Can they handle elite defenses like Denver's? If this offense gels, the Chargers could be legit Super Bowl contenders. One misstep, though, and it's back to the drawing board. And while we're dreaming of this juggernaut attack, get ready because the next story is going to hit you right in the feels. And while we're hyped about this monster offense, here's a story that'll tug at every Chargers fan's heartstrings. A former Bolt who bled blue and gold is out there jobless, waiting for a shot to get back in the game. No, it's not Keenan Allen. This is about Kazer White, our ex-linebacker who's still unsigned after 2 years with the Cardinals. Does he deserve another chance? Could the Chargers possibly open the door for a reunion? Let's dive into this emotional roller coaster that's sparking some serious debate. Here's the background. Kazer White was a key piece of our defense until 2021, bringing versatility and fire. After moving to Arizona, he had ups and downs with a weaker 2024 season, especially in pass coverage. Still, he's proven he's got gas in the tank as a rotational linebacker. Shockingly, he's without a team as training camp kicks off, and Chargers fans are split on social media. Some want him back, others say our linebacker room with Denzel Perryman and others is set. Why is this hitting us hard? White isn't a plug-and-play starter for us, but he'd be a cheap, reliable depth piece if injuries strike. Harbaugh loves versatile players, and White knows Brandon Staley's system, our former coach who might push for him elsewhere, like with the Saints. But here's the kicker. Staley leaned on Kenneth Murray over White back in the day, which cools talk of a reunion. Still, teams like the Colts and Titans are circling. Are we missing out? Strategically, White would add depth to a defense facing a grueling AFC West schedule. Fans online are debating whether he's a solid backup plan, or if we should bet on youngsters like Dion Henley. His impact would be about insurance. White could step in if things go south. Without him, our defense still looks strong, but depth is never a bad thing. The big question, does White deserve a shot? If he shines elsewhere, will we regret passing? And while we're wrestling with his legacy, hold on tight because what's coming next will fire you up for the Chargers' future. Bolt fam, what a wild ride today. Anzalone could be the key to a lockdown defense, but will Harbaugh make the move? Trey Harris's contract drama has us holding our breath, while Najee Harris and the new offense have us dreaming of crushing opponents. And Kazer White's fight for a roster spot, that's pure heart. These stories show the Chargers are all in for the AFC fight, but the road's not easy. Which one's got you most amped? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep the Bolt Up energy alive.